tour. If you can hear me, my name is Natalie. I will be your tour guide today. I am a junior here at Harvard studying neuroscience. That's it for me. But welcome to the Harvard tour. We have 3 reoccurring themes for you on today's tour. The first is going to be Harvard history. So Harvard predates the U.S. Constitution by 153 years. So it's pretty old, and one of the easiest ways that we can trace this history is through its architecture. For example, this building over here to my right is Lehman Hall. It is a graduate school building, but it is found on the undergraduate campus that we will be touring today. But you can see that it's built in a contemporary architectural style, so it has brick and half columns, and it looks old because it is. To completely contrast this building to my left is the Smith Campus Center. It looks pretty modern, and you can tell by all of the concrete and glass. So a pretty easy way to tell what's old and what's new here at Harvard is if something looks old, it's generally old, and if something looks new, it's newer. Unlike our rivals, Yale and Princeton, we don't pick how old we are. So everything you see that's old is going to be original. It's not made to look older than it is. But that's going to be history. Our second recurring theme is this is going to be our first stop on the tour. For our first stop, I first want to welcome you to Harvard Yard. This part of the yard is specifically called Old Yard since it is the most historic. Later on, when we go to the library and the church, we will be in New Yard, but I just kind of wanted to differentiate that. But this here too, behind me, is Johnson Gate. This is the entrance to Harvard Yard. This gate was built in 1889, and it was designed by the same architect that designed the Boston Public Library. And interestingly enough, here on campus, we have a superstition that you should only walk through this gate twice in your life. First as an incoming freshman, and second as a graduating senior. They say that if you were to walk through the gate at any other point, you will be cursed with bad luck. So thankfully the gate is closed today. But the Cambridge Historical Commission because it's considered to be a historical site. No guesses? You want me to just tell you? Okay. Alright, so the little gray shack, shed, or guardhouse as they like to call it, right next to the gate is going to be the most expensive. The story goes that Harvard wanted to build a guardhouse next to the gate in the 80s, and they had to ensure that they had an architectural design and size that was approved by the Cambridge Historical Commission. They submitted over 80 blueprints before the 81st was the only one to be considered, and it cost them about $57,000. This was back in the 80s. That's a lot more in today's money. So we just like to share this because one, it's kind of funny that they submitted 80 blueprints for this shack, and two, it just goes to show how wealthy Harvard really is. Does anyone have questions about this gate? No. Moving on to this building over here to my right. This is Massachusetts Hall, also known as Mass Hall. This is the oldest building on campus, built in 1720. Currently, the two lower floors are used as offices for Harvard's president, and the two upper floors are used as first-year dormitories. So supposedly, we have a superstition that Harvard's president will pick the 14 most studious first years to live here in Massachusetts Hall. I didn't live there.
You were there?
I didn't live there, no. I lived next door. So that tells you a little bit about it. Three famous Harvardians have resided here in Mass Hall during their time at Harvard. The first is going to be Samuel Adams. You may know him as the father of liberty, also known as the guy in the beer bottle. Also, John Adams, the second president of the United States, as well as, what's his name? John Hancock, the first signer on the Declaration of Independence. So those are going to be three notable Harvardians that have resided here at Mass.
Do you have to live within the campus?
Oh, hold on. I'll answer your question, then I'll answer yours. You have to live on campus your first year. Your second, third, and fourth, you do not have to. By the name of John Harvard, died and donated his private book collection as well as his cow farms land to the university. So because of this generous donation, they decided to name the university after him, now called Harvard College as you all know it. Originally, only men attended the university, and it wasn't until 1879 that women were allowed to attend Harvard College, but they didn't really attend. They named Radcliffe College. It's about a 15-minute walk in that general direction, and that's where the women would stay and where they would be taught. So the professors would teach the men here during the day, and then at night they would walk over to Radcliffe College and teach the women the exact same material. It really didn't make much sense, especially during World War II when a lot of the men were off fighting at war here on campus, and the professors were still continuing with this two-class system. They decided it just didn't make sense. It was kind of a waste of time. So they decided to start something called the Great Integration, where they finally allowed women from Radcliffe College to come down and take their classes here in Harvard Yard. Inscription reads, John Harvard, founder, 1638. Does anyone know what the two lies are within this?
He was not the founder, firstly.
Correct.
And the university came in 1636.
Yes, exactly. So two lies right there.
Good one, sir.
He was not the founder, and it was founded 2 years earlier in 1636. The third and final lie is a bit harder to tell, but if you see this man, he looks pretty scholarly, pretty wealthy. Looks like he could very much be John Harvard. However, he's not. So that's it. That's the end of the tour. You guys hallway that we're standing in right now is called Science Center Plaza because of the fact that this building behind me is the Science Center. This is the heart of academics here at Harvard for STEM majors like myself, so I take almost all of my classes here. But we also have other academic buildings on campus. This is just the main one. Within the Science Center, you can find to the right a 24-hour library that's open all the time. Okay, so this building behind me is called Memorial Hall. The tower that you see to my left is the Harvard Civil War Memorial. It commemorates Harvard soldiers that fought in the Civil War, but it only commemorates those that fought for the North, because we're in the North. This is the first year dining hall, so about 1,500 first years will dine here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's buffet style food. You go in, you swipe your ID, you can get however much food you'd like. And the inside of it looks just like the Harry Potter dining hall. So there's the large, long wooden tables, cool chandelier, a lot of contemporary architecture inside. Unfortunately, it's closed to the public, so I can't bring you guys inside there. But you guys have been so sweet that I'm gonna bring you.
Really, we are happy. Very informative tour.
Continue to do these 2 stops, and we can either end on time and skip the upperclassmen houses, or I can go overtime. Whatever you guys prefer. Anyone else have a preference? Would you rather we end on time?
Staying with you, being with you, 'cause just wanna be found. Ooh, I've been lost. I just wanna be found. Give me a sense of direction. Give me some time for introspection. Give me a sense of direction. Give me a sense of direction. Give me a sense, give me a sense, give me a sense of forward motion. We need to keep on going. We need to keep on going. We need to be forward thinkers.